Hello there, how you doing today? Well, I'm going to do a driving video here. Nothing spectacular as far as the scenery is concerned, but it's more of a test for the new camera that I got. My son bought me a Nikon L24, and it works really well on photos and so forth. We haven't tried it on driving videos yet, so we're going to mount it onto the thing from my dashboard here, and we're going to do a driving video. So would you like to come along for a ride? Alright, let's go. Alright, pulling out of my road here. I got the driver's side window open, and this is going to be the first video I've ever used using this camera, of a driving video. Now I'm using Rayovac 15-minute rechargeable 2200 milliamp hour AA batteries in here, nickel metal hydride. And I've been using the camera for a while on these batteries, so it could crap out at any time. But this is only a video test, basically to see how it works on a driving video. And if the batteries crap out, it's interesting to find out if it's going to save the file, or is the video file going to be lost. Also interesting to find out how the sound is on the Samsung L105 that I normally use for my driving videos. The sound gets distorted very badly from the bass and everything. I'm using my homemade dash mount unit that I used on my Samsung for this camera as well, so all things are the same except for using a different camera. Okay, ladies and geraniums, we're back on the video here. We're coming up on the entrance ramp to the highway here. Window is still open, so I'm talking a little loud, but I'm deliberately leaving the window open for a while anyway. Just we'll see how the sound is on it. But it's getting a little breezy in here, so I'm going to close the window right now. Okay, I closed the driver's side window because being on the highway here kind of like makes it a little bit too breezy. Although I'd rather have it breezy than hot and humid. It's going to rain today, it's cloudy, but I'd rather have the rain than the heat and humidity. I hate the heat and humidity. So this is the Nikon L24 that my son Tommy got me for Father's Day, and I appreciate it very much. I got a good kid there, you know. He knew I was having a little trouble with purple fringing on the left and right side of the Samsung L105 in lower light or existing light photos and videos. And otherwise that camera worked perfectly. So he decided to get me this. Now on my videos that I normally do, I usually, for quick reference, you know, quick shooting and so forth, I should say, I grab a point and shoot camera to do my videos. Quality isn't as good as doing it maybe from the mini DV. But if I'm working on a project myself, I don't feel like dragging out another camera unless I'm going to just stick it on a tripod and let it go. It's kind of difficult. It's also a pain in the backside to unhook the camera from the tripod and show each thing that I'm doing. Although I've been doing that on my last project, it takes away from time when I'm working on the project. Well, this video here is probably a little boring for you. between the drive on the highway here and my flapping of my ugly gums. Maybe if I turn the camera onto my ugly gums, you might get more entertainment out of it. I don't know. I don't know. That's probably even worse. Looking at this ugly face, it's bad enough listening to without actually having to look at it at the same time. I think what we're going to do is turn the camera back onto the scenery here again. What I like about this rig, it's really good. It enables you to do a good video without taking your hands off the steering wheel and being distracted. Other than the short time it took me to crank the camera around. It's a neat little thing. It's very handy to have, and I'm glad I made it because it makes for good driving videos, which I enjoy doing, but I don't, with the cost of gas still very close to $4 a gallon. 22nd of June 2011, at which I am doing this video. We can't be driving all over creation. Back in the 60s and 70s, I thought nothing of driving down to New Haven, which is about 50 miles from here, and just going out to get a coffee or go to a local show up that area if there wasn't anything playing here or whatever. But nowadays, you know, you're spending that kind of money on gas, it's just not worth it. So here we are with the red lights, and this, according to the thing, it's still blinking and still recording. But I wish these people would get going before my damn light turns red again on me. The problem with the Nikon series is the same problem I have with the Fuji S1800, which does, by the way, very lousy videos. Is there is no battery warning indicator until the battery is ready to crap to bed. By that time, it's too damn late. Whereas my little Samsung SL105 used to have well, it has a battery indicator, and it would give you the indication from full charge, 3/4 charge, half-quart charge, and 1/4 charge. This has no battery indicator whatsoever, and it'll give you a battery exhausted, no warning, just a battery exhausted, and then the battery indicator shows that it's 1/4 charge. By that time, the video's crapped out, or whatever you're doing is crapped out. No warnings or anything, you know, ahead of time, and that's a poor design. There's no reason why they can't make a camera that takes AA's, and there's no reason why they can't put a battery indicator in there from full charge, 3/4 charge, half charge, down to 1/4, and then exhausted. This gives you time to look and say, oops, my battery's getting low. I got to either stop the video or I got to take and change the batteries. Well, it's poor thinking on Nikon's part as well as the Fuji that I have. Except for that fact, this camera does a good job, and we're going to find out how good of a job it does when I play back this video. If I don't lose it, the battery craps to bed. We're almost at Target now, and you've seen me drive this route before. Nothing fancy. The same old route to my local Target store to get my prescriptions. That's where we get our prescriptions. So we're pulling into the Target area now. As the saying goes, we're on target here today. Let's see, and off to the right down here is where you had that little walking trail there that I told you about. That showed you on one of my earlier videos that I made last year. Well, anyways, we're going to park over here today because this is where we want to be. Pulling over here, I guess. I hooked the back in, of course. It comes from years of driving a van for a vending company. I always try to back into a spot. It's easier getting out. Alright. Okay, we're leaving Target. I get up on the highway, we'll shut the window. As I played back the part of the video driving there, and it reduced the sound a little bit, and it was hard to hear me talk. What I'm going to do now, we're not going to record going on the highway because we've already been there. But we are going to record a little later on if the batteries don't die out first. I'm going to close the window now because it's getting a little bit windy in here and it'll affect the sound level. On this particular type of camera, the automatic level control really drops low when it gets loud, and then it recovers again, and rather I guess than overload like the Samsung did. So when the automatic level control drops really low because of a loud sound like the wind coming in the window, it drops down, of course, and my voice when I'm talking at the same time can just barely be heard. So I figured I'd roll up the window. You don't want to always be listening to my flapping of my gums anyhow. I figured I'd just give you a little bit of the drive back here from Target. We'll get to the entrance of the highway, and I will shut the camera off. In fact, I'll shut it off at this next red light up here. It's not red now, but I'm sure it will be time I get there. And it's surprising it didn't. Wow. All right, we're going to shut it off now. We'll get
EER, East End Radio, your new community radio station, 88.7 FM.
All right, I'm off the highway for a little bit here now. I figured there's no point in recording the highway again. Now, you've seen me go down this road before. And don't drive too far out of the way with the gas prices these days. So I think we're going to go into going to go get a worm burger here over at McDonald's.
Yeah, better than nothing, I guess.
Well, I had my burger, such as it is. Did not have my Newman's coffee, which I normally have, because I've had a couple of cups already at my coffee shop, so I'm pretty well filled up with coffee. I didn't eat all my french fries. I don't know why I bother eating them. I get the stuff from the dollar menu. They have like the double cheeseburger But I don't get the cheese and the pickle and all that junk on it. I just get 2 little burgers and on a bun and for $1, and so a little pack of ketchup on it. Not really a good lunch, but I don't eat this stuff too often. But anyways, about ready to motivate back home.